My name is Dudarenok. I run a few businesses focused on mainland China here in Hong Kong. I'm an author of 3 Amazon bestsellers. I do a lot of thought leadership on LinkedIn and YouTube about China, Chinese consumers. I've been recently named LinkedIn Top Voice in Marketing, number 4 globally. When I just started my business, that was really challenging. A lot of people tell you that. They say, okay, go to business, it's going to be fine. But of course, the first years are difficult and 90% of businesses are going to fail. Well, yes, a lot of businesses are failing. And the reason is you don't know, nobody teaches you business. Even if you go to business school, nobody teaches you how it actually is. Nobody prepares you for how people are treating you. Because previously you were in the corporate world, you were the cool kind of glamorous person, and suddenly you have your own business, so people treat you like an insurance salesperson. And it's very, very different. And of course, nobody prepares you how long does it actually take. When I first heard, when people told me 3 years is the mark, and if you passed 3 years, you basically got yourself a business, I thought, you know what, I'm an overachiever. I collapse timelines. I can do it faster. No, you can't. You really need to create a personal brand. You really need to become a thought leader. If you want to be in business long term, right now in 2020, this is the way to go, because nobody wants to do business with a company. Everybody wants to do business with people. Nobody cares about a brand or a company. Everybody cares about the person behind it. You don't need to do it all by yourself. Ask for help. This is okay. It's not a sign of weakness. Number 2, putting yourself out there is not optional anymore. You need to be a thought leader. You need to be on video, yes. And number 3, surround yourself with amazing peers. Get yourself cheerleaders. Get yourself a mastermind of phenomenal women. It can be men as well. I have a couple of masterminds with phenomenal gentlemen as well. But you need to have your sisterhood. I was born in the Soviet Union, right? And because of the necessity and ideology, women were empowered. Women often held very high positions. They ran factories. They were heads of big departments in government, etc. So for me, when I came to China, I also saw a lot of empowered women. They were running businesses, small businesses, all these fruit stalls, etc. I was like, wow, women are not just in power, but they're also making money. They're also entrepreneurs. So when I moved to Hong Kong, I always had that mentality that I think I'm as kick-ass, if not more, than any man. So in most cases and most organizations in the world, I believe you just need to have that mindset. And if the organization is really not treating you well, you really need to leave. You cannot change the swamp and turn it into a beautiful field of flowers. Only take advice from people that you want to model. Very often when we are, for example, in an unhappy relationship, we go to our other unhappy friend and we ask her for advice. And she gives us the advice that is not going to move us forward to the future that we want. So if you want an advice on successful career, successful business, how to run a P&L or whatever, look for the person that is extremely successful in that area. And speak with them and get that advice and then implement it. Remember that success leaves tracks. And you can smell it, follow it, and essentially excel much, much faster. FIRE is a self-development and mentorship program for professional women and entrepreneurs. All of my businesses before FIRE were focused on mainland China, and I totally love that market. It's exciting, it's fun, I love marketing and all that. But this one was a true calling, okay? I was an entrepreneur that was thrown in the water, and then I learned how to swim. And as I mentioned earlier, it was not really an easy journey throughout those 7 years. I had to realize and learn the hard way that the company can only perform as good as the psychology of its founder. You cannot outperform your own psychology. So that is why when something is not working in your business, you need to really start working on yourself first. Ladies, let's just go get them. Let's go get them. More women in leadership, more women in entrepreneurship. I'm totally excited about this upcoming decade and this upcoming century, because this century is all about women. We see politicians, women politicians, we see thought leaders, we see entrepreneurs, and more women in big business are also going to appear in the next decade. So I'm excited. I want to make sure that throughout the world, throughout board, like young girls, mid-aged girls and older girls are all empowered and essentially acting on their dreams and realizing their huge, huge potential.